Hey y'all, Mike with Cardboard Kingdom. Welcome back to another Disney Lorcana Market update video. Today is Thursday, July 18th. Before we get into the video, I do want to wish everyone safe travels and best of luck heading to Dallas. We've got our next challenge event coming up this weekend. $20,000 to $30,000 Mickey card, right? Up for grabs. Wouldn't be a bad little lottery ticket for 8 people to go play with some cardboard in Dallas for a few hours and walk away with a serialized golden Mickey. So best of luck, safe travels to everyone heading down there. In terms of what we're going to talk about today, the first thing hot off the press, we have our first Enchanted reveal for Shimmering Skies. So Donald Duck gets his first Enchanted. Donald was a character who's had several legendaries in the first 4 sets. Here in set 5, he has another legendary, and he does finally get his Enchanted. I think they did a great job of waiting for him to get his first Enchanted because the first cards, while cool, I think this one is a notch above. The Pie Singer card, very colorful, very unique. He's kind of standing on the food pyramid. You can see the food flinging behind him. He's got the pie ready to go. Got the cookies down here. I think they did a great job with the design on this. Shout out to Gabriel Quinn, the artist on this card. And I think it's just a great way for Donald to get his first Enchanted. And this is our first Enchanted reveal for Shimmering Skies. So excited to see what else comes out. We've got, we're roughly 3 weeks from hobby store release. So we should be getting some more here, relatively soon. They usually save quite a few for the last week to kind of build up hype those last couple days, but hopefully we get a few more that trickle in. With that being said, our other Enchanted Possibilities. Typically, the Enchanted cards are between the super rare and legendary rare category. We have seen some rare or rarity category. We have seen some rare cards get them, but I think super rare and legendary are probably the best place to speculate. So far, the super rares released are Daisy Duck, which would kind of make sense with Donald. I also think this card, just as a one-off, is a really cool card. I could see it being a legendary. Wouldn't be some huge chase, I don't think, but this card is very playable. It's an awesome card. It as a legendary with the playability, I think it could make some waves in terms of market conditions and price points. Elsa feels the fifth spirit, another very playable card, and I feel very strongly that we are going to get Elsa's second Enchanted, which will be really cool. Interested to see if she does get an Enchanted, what does that price point look like? Obviously, the first chapter, Elsa is the grail of the set card chase, right? It's remained around $1,000, give or take, for the last 6 months or so. So very excited to see if we do get that Enchanted, what the price point does come out at. You would assume that she'll probably be the chase of the set, given the fact that her first card is so high. But with that being said, you never know. Maybe people have some Elsa fatigue, right? Maybe they're frozen and they're over it. So we'll see what that comes with. I would probably say if she does get one, she'll be the chase of the set, and it'll be interesting to see because in Ursula's Return, we don't really Ariel's the chase there, but she's sub 200. Ursula's Return didn't produce a single Enchanted that's kind of a 200 plus market price. I think the Elsa would definitely be above that. Where does she fall? I don't know. The other super rares, we have Grumpy, we have Kronk, we have Prince John, and we have Snow White. Interested to see if Snow White gets her second. Her first Enchanted, I think, is one of the most undervalued cards in Lorcana right now, just from an art perspective, rarity perspective, hard to grade. There's a lot going for that card. I'm a huge fan of the first Snow White that is in Rise of the Floodborn. Set 2. Our legendaries, obviously, we have the Donald Duck Pie Slinger getting his first one. We have Genie Main Attraction getting a legendary. There's a lot of colors on this card, and it's a really cool looking card. I don't think Genie's going to get his second legendary, especially based on the fact that he does have the alt art in the Disney 100 box, the Powers Unleashed card, and then he's got his Enchanted. He's already got a couple alt arts, so I don't think he'll get one. Merlin is one that would make sense. He's had a ton of cards, very popular character, pretty cool design here. Mufasa, I think, is a surefire Enchanted. This card is awesome. It's getting a ton of hype online. It's an insanely OP card. Looks like it's going to be a staple for Steel. Steel gets all the cool cards. I'm over Steel. But I definitely would be very excited for this card to get an Enchanted. Obviously matches the Simba Enchanted that we've had from Lion King. And there's also the Mufasa live action movie that's going to be coming later. I don't know when it's coming out. I just saw the marketing for it, but they are making a Mufasa movie, kind of a prequel to Lion King or whatever it is. But I think this card will be getting an Enchanted, and I think that it definitely will be an awesome card because it'll be playable. It's Enchanted. The Sapphire Enchanteds always look really cool, and this artwork looks awesome. So I definitely think Elsa, Mufasa, obviously Donald Duck. I would like to see the Daisy Duck get one. I think that card could go crazy because it's so playable, and I think that it's just a cool card concept. But those are legendaries and super rares thus far. If you guys are interested in taking a peek at every card that is revealed, you can find it on Mushu Report. I will copy this link and put it in the description below so you have it. You can see kind of what's been released thus far in terms of total cards, actions, items, characters, etc., and what set they are with. It's a very good resource, and overall, I definitely would recommend checking out Mushu Report. They've got all the news on anything Disney Lorcana related. Right now, it's very release specific, going through all the various cards that come out. Moving on, I haven't talked about this product yet. I'm sure most of you guys know about it, but there is a new Disney Lorcana product coming out with Shimmering Skies, and that is called the Gateway product. So this is a product that has no booster packs. It's not geared towards the player, not geared towards the collector. It is truly geared towards onboarding new people that are browsing stores, come across Lorcana, interested in it, be able to pick it up, play. Think very similar to the Deep Trouble quest box, but a little bit of an easier onboarding experience. That the Deep Trouble quest box was probably a little bit higher of a learning curve than what they're going for with this product. This product is truly, I mean, it's shaped like a board game, made by Ravensburger, going to be located in the board game section. It's very meant to be a gateway to get people into Lorcana. It's got very simple rules that pretty much say you can pick it up, you don't need a ton of experience, and just kind of get right into it. So, it's very, very excited for this product. And this, just as an aside here, once again, one of the reasons that Lorcana is doing things different than every other trading card game, the Ravensburger network and product skill set to be able to onboard people through their toys and tabletop games, like experience and category and vertical. It just, the customer acquisition funnel for this game is unprecedented. I've said it. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. But a lot of the people who are sitting on the sidelines for Lorcana, or maybe don't like the Disney IP, whatever. I think that Ravensburger gets a lot of hate in the trading card community because this is their first attempt at a trading card game. But I think they are knocking it out of the park between this and the Deep Trouble quest box. They're innovative. They're trying new techniques to grow the market, get people into the game. I think they've managed supply and demand very, very well. I think they're listening to feedback. They have this huge player base that's growing and growing, but they're also giving the collectors what they want with this D23 box set, the alt arts, and just like, I don't know. Like, if you're not having fun in Lorcana right now, I don't know what's wrong with you, because I am having a blast. So excited for the future, and I think that they are just killing it. I really, really do. Obviously, a few changes that I hope they make in terms of the like Enchanted location. There are some locations that are coming out that if I as of right now, I would say that we're probably going to have Enchanted locations in set 5, despite as much as I would like to see them go. We are seeing the Great Illuminary getting the location card, which is kind of the Lorcana lore, and where I forget what they're called, but where the characters essentially are like going to meet at the Great Illuminary, and that is getting a location card in this set. And so I would probably bet that like that's going to get an Enchanted location. If they do Enchanted locations again, I hope that the art is stepped up a little bit, and there's just, I don't know, I just hope they look better, because we've seen the market has said we're good on the Enchanted locations thus far. If we do get them, hopefully they step it up. But I digress on that front. I think that the things like the Gateway are just setting Lorcana apart from every other TCG. The customer acquisition funnel for both Disney and Ravensburger is unprecedented, and I think it's a matter of time until the masses find out about Lorcana. If you're here right now, you're early. I think that whether it's the next 6 months, 12 months, year, 2 years, I think I really do feel like Lorcana is just a rocket ship between all the different things that they're doing with the organized play, the collectors, the customer integration or vertical integration with the tabletop stuff. It's unmatched. And if you feel differently, definitely let me know. I'm always open to hearing the other side or hearing the criticisms. I will say, give me something to go off of. Give me some facts right behind your statement. I had someone comment on a video yesterday saying, this box is cool. Speaking about the D23 box, but just like everything else in Lorcana, there's going to be no value here, and there's no point to buy it and like keep it sealed or something. There's no benefit to buying sealed product, unlike other games. And like everything that they said, just like was like factually inaccurate. If you're going to be an opposing side, I'm open to hearing it, but don't come at me with some substance. Don't just like throw some random hate at the wall like we saw with all the Rudy videos. And by the way, quick aside, I follow a Disney or Lorcana Finance on Twitter. I mentioned them on the channel before and shown their handle. They also tweet some like Magic the Gathering deals. Every 2 hours they're tweeting this like these magic boxes, whether they're the collector boxes or whatever. I'm not very familiar with Magic, but they're on TCG Player for, let's say, just hypothetically 150, but they're on Amazon for like 110, and they're just being like dumped through Amazon. And that was literally the video Rudy made saying why Lorcana is quite literally going to die is because they're dumping product on Amazon when it was really just a retail seller who used Amazon fulfillment for a few boxes of the Inklings that was gone immediately. But literally Magic has like products significantly discounted getting dumped on Amazon. Like it's and I don't think that's necessarily like it's gonna kill Magic. Like I don't think that. But the fact that Rudy said that it's gonna kill Lorcana, and it's rampant in Magic is just crazy to me. So if you disagree with me on Lorcana being kind of the next big thing in the future of TCGs, I'm open to hearing it. I just want to know why. So that's my rant on that. I do think there's an errata error. I was trying to, if anyone has heard of the errata error inside the Gateway product, let me know what that is. I saw something, I remember just vaguely seeing something about the errata error coming in the Gateway box, but I don't know what it is. I wasn't able to find anything. Obviously, I'm a huge error collector, as you guys know, and so anytime I can get my grubby little hands on a card that's misprinted, I do so. And if you know what the errata error is in the Gateway product, I would love to hear it. Please let me know, so I know it to keep my eyes out for. I definitely will be purchasing that Gateway product as an effort to try and get my wife on board with Lorcana. She knows about Lorcana. We've opened a ton of packs. She knows about all the characters, the Enchanteds, our collection, etc. I have not got her to play the game yet. I've gotten close a couple times. I tried with the Deep Trouble quest box. Wasn't enough to get her over the edge. I hope the feel of the Gateway box, with it looking like quite literally a square box, looks very tabletop oriented, very easy onboarding system. There's like if you looked at the cards, it says like do not shuffle these cards. Like it's very just like you flip and kind of progress. I think that that's going to be a really good selling point for people like her who, I mean, she's on the fence, right? I've gotten close, but at the end of the day, she hasn't taken the plunge. This could be something where people like me with a significant other can kind of leverage the Gateway product to get them on board for a game night. Instead of playing Monopoly one night, you pull out Gateway and see what you can get done. Also, on the same note that I forgot to mention earlier, keep your eyes out for and I'll have to do another video on this because I can't remember what the exact Disney Villainous box, but another collaboration that Ravensburger has with Disney is the Disney Villainous tabletop game. And one of the Disney Villainous tabletop games that I think they're going to be releasing soon has a Little John altar, or Prince John altar in that box, and it's unique to that box only. So you have to, and look, I love the marketing on this. They know that the collectors like me and Lorcana, like you say altar, we're like, where? Take my money. The Disney Villainous, which I've never played, I've heard good things, but I personally have not played it. Inside one of the boxes will have a Disney Lorcana specific alt art that you can only get from that box. It's like they're going to have people like me buying Disney Villainous, which once again, just 10 out of 10. I'm in the marketing industry and in the real world, and I love to see what they're doing here. Very, very smart tactics. Hats off to Ravensburger, extracting as much money out of my wallet as possible. So keep your eyes out for that box. It will have an alt art. I'll try and cover it in a video coming up for the fellow collectors out there who also want to get their grubby little hands on any alt art within Lorcana, because that's where I'm at. I just bought a Deep Quest box on eBay. I won it for like $39, maybe it was 40 after shipping, somewhere around that general range. But I want the 4 alt arts out of it. I want the Mulan, I want the Yin Sid, I want the Mickey, and I want the Piglet. I want to have like at least a full playset of all of those, if not just like some binder pages. Like, I think the cards look awesome. And I'm also curious, just from a speculation standpoint, if the alt arts that aren't enchanted are going to have any sort of collectability long term. They are alt arts. Those cards in the Deep Quest box are alt arts. They are categorized as alt arts. Their set number or card number on the bottom of the card is an alt art card number. Now they're not enchanted, but they do have some unique art on the text box, and so I'm a fan of them. But I understand that like, you give me anything different with a card, and I'm like head over heels. I'm very easy to please. But I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on those. If anyone's made it this far to this ramble, I'm going at it today, 16 minutes. Think about the alt arts from the Deep Trouble Quest box, and then there are some others that I'm blanking on for whatever reason. But like the cards that aren't enchanted, but they are unique, have a unique text box, unique foil pattern, unique coloring. I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on those from a collectability standpoint. I feel like those will have some collectability. Definitely some that I'm looking to have some for my collection, and then also have some for secondary market down the road, should there be any increase in value there. Okay, guys, getting into the market stuff. A couple sealed item related things. We do see the Ursula's Return case getting the cheapest we've ever seen it. We have a seller willing to part for them at $370 right now. Keep in mind, I mentioned in a video 2 days ago, I saw a website that had a Christmas in July special that I could get a sealed case to my door for $340 of Ursula's Return. I strongly believe that we're going to see this box, an individual box, get down to around 80, and I think our sealed case entry point is going to be around like 350, 360 for a little bit. And so I would strongly advise, I mean, look, if you want to rip a box and open product, go for it. It's very affordable right now at around $100. Is the lowest box price. When you incorporate shipping, you're at $100. But the expected value on that box is down at around 80 right now. It's very, very low. After the Bucky ban and Diablo losing some steam, this box's value, in combination with the Enchanted's overall not having a lot of value, this box is the lowest EV by our expected return or expected value by a wide margin. And so I would say, just, if you open Ursula's Return, more so than any other set in Lorcana, the chance that you get your money back is lower than the other boxes. At the end of the day, $100 is a fair entry price. Get your price per pack relatively cheap, and a good way to add to your collection, right? But it's just, in terms of expected value, once again, it's the biggest margin of box price versus expected value coming back to you, and that's why I do think the prices are going to continue to drop. Keep in mind that we saw Inklings at its lowest as we got into Ursula's Returns. Like a month into Ursula's Return, we saw those Amazon dumps and Inklings get below like $100 for a little bit, just very slightly below $100. I think that we're going to see Ursula's Return get down to like 80s. I really think we're going to get there. Definitely 90s. I think 90s is certain. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see 80s, just simply due to the fact that the box isn't providing a return right now. Now, what could happen is, as we get the full Shimmering Skies release and people start to realize the playability maybe that right now seems pointless in Ursula's Return and hasn't been identified yet, as we get new releases for Shimmering Skies, if there are some meta-defining cards in there that are undervalued right now, that can shoot that box up very quickly, right? If you see a couple legendaries in that box that are currently $2 or $3, jump to 20, 25, then that's going to increase the expected value quite a bit. And so we definitely might see the box jump up a little bit if there are some synergies that happen between Shimmering Skies and Ursula's Return. So keep your eyes out for that. I'll try and keep you guys updated, but I do feel like we're going lower as it relates to that particular box price. Other than that, the sealed stuff is remaining pretty consistent here. I think Into the Inklings had some shipping on it. Yeah, so 110 is the cheapest for an Inklings box right now. First chapter doing what it does, up to roughly 220, 222 as of this morning. Another day, another however many sales for the first chapter. these stores with the set championships continue to put these on the market. Another 15 sales yesterday. It's like clockwork. I remained steadfast that, look, the time horizon's getting longer and longer with each set championship releasing new product, but talk about consistency, man. 15 boxes a day will keep the doctor away. It's only a matter of time until that box takes off. I'm glad that look, I know it's counteractive to like the collector mindset, and like you only want there to be one of the card out there, and the kind of free tendies for you, whatever. With the growing player base and with people being able to get the decks more affordable, I just think it's a win for collectors too. It lengthens the time horizon, but as long as you had a long time horizon anyway, you should be fine. I mean, with my first chapter stuff, I literally have a bubble wrapped in a box in a closet. Like, it's not getting touched. And I hope you guys are doing that too, because this is a product that you looking at the price daily is quite frankly, it's not needed. It very much is a long-term hold. I would kind of, in my mind, I don't even own it. Like, I don't even look at it. It's just sitting in the closet collecting dust, and that's what I wanted to do for a long time. Quick expected value return on the boxes, guys, and we'll get out of here. The first chapter today is $200, down $2.36 from yesterday. Rise of the Floodborn is $119, pretty much the same as yesterday. Into the Inkling's expected return is $110, and then Ursula's return is $80 flat. So once again, when you start to think about Inklings, like your kind of 110 price point can get it $100 a lot of places. 110 expected value. Rise of the Floodborn, you're at a 120 EV roughly. Can get it for around 120 or maybe a little bit cheaper depending on where you're buying it. And then the first chapter, 200 EV, you can get it for around 200, maybe 205 on some platforms. So those boxes make a ton of sense to open right now. Now look, it's pretty much you either pull an Enchanted, you make your money back, or you don't pull an Enchanted and you get pretty close. You're probably going to be like 70 to 80% of your money back. You're going to add to your collection, get your play sets, sell the singles you don't need, etc. But Ursula's return down at 80 makes it tough. That one is definitely the one box that I would not open if I were looking to open some Lorcana right now. Not to say that you can't, once again, but just one that I would actively avoid. So with that being said, guys, that is going to bring us to a close here on today's video. Safe travels once again to everyone who is going to the Dallas event. Shout out to Victorious. Hopefully he can bring home a Mickey. And then everyone wish me good luck for my first set championships this Sunday. Very small field. Hopefully I can bring home an Ursula. I still have yet to play a game of Lorcana that is not Pixelborn. So we've got some learning to do here in the last couple of days. I'm waiting for a couple cards to come in for the deck that I'm running, and then we'll be off to the races. So hope you guys all have a good Thursday, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.